Hello, my name is Fartoun Mohamed.
Bonjour, à vous tous qui me regardez. Je suis Bernard. Je viens du Congo-Brazzaville.
Hello, my name is Hip. I'm from Vietnam. Vietnam say hello, xin chào.
Merhaba, ben Figen. İstanbul, Türkiye'den geliyorum. İstanbul'da yaşıyorum.
Hola, soy Frida. Yo soy de Perú.
Bote, Kumbunanga Gucci Mati.
Hi, I'm Callie.
Hi, my name is Jeff Clark, and I've been a Mercy participant for the last 10 years.
Toabu bana betu, me manji Basil. Hello, I'm Basil. I'm from Congo, DRC. I speak Lingala, I speak Chuluba, I speak French. I like Mexico Connection because I learn English free. During I learn English, I can take coffee or tea free. Everyone here is caring. I feel like family. It's good.
Hey, I'm Sue Cobb. I own Redbird Integrated Consulting. Mercy Connections gave me the toolkit and the confidence and the positive juju to get out and start my own business.
Assalamu alaikum. Magagay may Amina. May Somalia. My name is Amina. I am from Somalia. I'm here for Mercy Connection because I get my citizenship.
Hi, my name is Tom Dunn, and I've been connected with Mercy Connections for quite a few years now, and they've really pulled me out of the corner in the back in the dark with my mouth shut.
I come to Mercy Connections because I want to learn math for my next CCV class.
My name is Lam and I'm from Vietnam. I come to the Mercy Connection to learn English.
Hi, I'm Michelle Downing. I came to Mercy Connections for help starting my small business.
Mercy Connections has helped me in many ways. It has helped me, they have helped me grow and become a better person and have a better life. I've become alcohol and drug free since I've started Mercy Connections, and I really appreciate everything they've done for me.
I come to Mercy Connection. I'm so happy because I'm here. I feel like at home.
Hi, I'm Shannon Tamnick. Mercy Connections provided me with a lot of support and great tools and just the confidence that I needed to stay on track in order to open my business.
Hello, my name is Mona Burley. Mercy Connections has saved my life. I've been there 9 years, been very supportive, no matter what's going on in my life. They've been very, very supportive. I'm an original songwriter. I'm a musician. They help me with my music. They're the one person that's got my back. And I'm very thankful and very grateful for everything they've done.
We are Mercy Connection.
I am Mercy Connection.
I am Mercy Connection.
I am Mercy Connection.
I am Mercy Connections.
I am Mercy Connections.
I am Mercy Connection.
I am Mercy Connections.
I am Mercy Connections.
I am Mercy Connection.
I am Mercy Connections.
I am Mercy Connections.
I am Mercy Connection.
Wow. There's so much that I want to say about that video, but there's so many emotions, but I think the one that struck me was joy. It was just a joyful group of people and community. Good morning, everyone. My name is Arlene Duffy, and I'm the chair of the board of Mercy Connections. On behalf of my fellow board members, I am honored to welcome you to Mercy Connections' annual celebration, The Power of Connection, Stories of Strength and Resilience. This event is our way to come together with all of you to reflect on another remarkable year and the impact of this extraordinary organization. Once again, we are streaming this program live from Hula, the Innovation Business Campus on the shores of Lake Champlain in Burlington, and we are grateful to be here for the third year in a row. Thank you, Hula, for hosting us again in this beautiful space, even on a kind of drippy day. For those of you joining through Zoom, welcome to each of you. We have people tuning in from all around the state, the country, and I'm told even from Uganda. Two wonderful staff members, Heather Gilbert and Claire Wheeler, are moderating online, and if you need any assistance, will be there to help you, and there are Claire and Heather over there. Today, we recognize the work and commitment of hundreds of people, volunteers, supporters, some of you in this room, staff, board members, and most importantly, our participants, whom you've met a few of in the video. We celebrate the progress of more than 400 adults who are enrolled at Mercy Connections, pursuing aspirations that contribute to better their lives for themselves, for their families, and for our community. We're also here to honor Scott Boardman as the recipient of this year's Catherine McAuley Award. Each year, our board selects a person to receive this award who embodies the spirit and values of Catherine McAuley, the founder of the Sisters of Mercy. Welcome to Scott, his wife Carol, his other family members, and his many, many friends who have joined us today. Also, we are honored to have past recipients of the Catherine McAuley Award with us today. They are Leslie McCrory Wells, Teresa Alberghini de Palma, Sarah Byers, Molly Lambert, and Peggy Williams. Thank you for being here. I'd also like to recognize our three former executive directors who are in attendance today. Sister Lindora Cabral, who's a current board member as well, Betsy Ferries, and Dolly Fleming. Additionally, we welcome the Sisters of Mercy, our founders and social change makers of Vermont, whose words and actions provide a light for many to follow. Thank you for being with us. This event is Mercy Connections' largest friend and fundraiser. We welcome and thank our generous sponsors of this event. Your support is instrumental in our ability to continue the impactful programs that help so many in our community. Special recognition is given to our signature sponsor, Hickok & Boardman Insurance Group, HR Intelligence and Retirement Solutions, and our leadership sponsors, Birchview Capital, Farrell Properties, Green Mountain Power, M&T Bank, PC Construction, and the Parmelo Family Foundation. I invite you to refer to the program for a complete list of all the sponsors, and to all the sponsors, thank you for investing in the power of connection. Finally, we'd like to extend a special thank you to the Boardman and Messini families for their generous support in honor of Scott. Let's all give a final round of applause to our sponsors. We have an inspiring program ahead. Thank you again for joining us today. It is now my pleasure to introduce one of our program participants, Chris Abrantilla, who will share today's opening reflection. Please join me in welcoming Chris to the podium.
Hello, my name is Chris Abrantilla. I've been a Mercy participant for 4 years. I've really enjoyed the programs and I'm thankful for the growth, learning, and healing that I've experienced. And now I will read today's reflection called Dare to Be by Steve Maraboli. When a new day begins, dare to smile gratefully. When there is darkness, dare to be the first to shine a light. When there is injustice, dare to be the first to condemn it. When something seems difficult, dare to do it anyways. When life seems to beat you down, dare to fight back. When there seems to be no hope, dare to find some. When a friend falls, dare to be the first to extend a hand. When you cross paths with another, dare to make them smile. When you feel great, dare to help someone else feel great too. When the day has ended, dare to feel you have done your best. Dare to be the best you can be at all times. Dare to be. That's it.
Thank you, Chris. What a great challenge to all of us. Next, I would like to invite Jeannie Morrissey to come to the podium to present the Catherine McAuley Award. As I said before, every year a person is selected by the board who embodies the spirit of the founders of the Sisters of Mercy, Catherine McAuley. Jeannie?
Well, first of all, let me say what a personal honor and privilege it is to be asked to introduce this award to Scott. We have a relationship that extends beyond what the program said is your relationship with the Sisters of Mercy of 55 years. I think we've got to be close to 60. And so it means a great deal to me. And the minute I heard about it, and then I read Lisa's press release, I said to myself, of course, Scott, this is the perfect award for Scott for humbly championing our community and the common good. That is Scott Boardman. She also mentioned to me that you said, why me? Shocker. I know why you question this, Scott, because we all live in a community in Vermont of amazing, generous, kind, giving people in this community. It's the power of that connection that has many of them in this room. We're blessed to live in a community where many, many, many people could receive this award. Having said that, I know that my job today is to answer the question for you of why you. So I'd like to talk about your wisdom, kindness, leadership, humility inside of the life I have lived in direct connection with you and watching your impact on me, my life, the impact on Hickok and Boardman, your employees' lives, your family, and your community through sitting in and across the table from you. So, you know, Mercy Connections has the Women's Small Business Program. I'm not sure actually when that was founded, but I do know that in 1988, there was the Women Business Ownership Act, which was passed 1988, which said that women would no longer require the signature of a man on a commercial loan. In 1993, I had this crazy idea that I wanted to start a construction company. Everybody in my world thought I was crazy, and many people, I'll never forget this, said, she's too nice. She's too nice. My first business contact was a call to Scott Boardman. In 1993, he sat down with me, and from the very beginning, in the spirit of Catherine McAuley, he believed I was worthy of equal opportunity. He never spoke down to me. He believed in me from day one. We had an annual insurance renewal meeting every year for 30 years. For 30 years, he came in my office and he listened. He listened to my insurance needs. He listened to my bonding needs. They were critical to my business. We did that in about 10 minutes, and then the next hour, he just listened to me. And in those many years of connecting in that way consistently, he was very encouraging. He was very complimentary. He empowered me at every step by listening and giving me positive feedback. At the very same time he was doing that, I watched him bring in employees from Hickok and Boardman, one by one, empowering them, telling me, you can rely upon Robin. You can rely upon Joanne. You can rely upon Jeff. And I watched him very, very carefully use his wisdom and used his mentorship with them and brought them along. Why? Because they were worthy of an opportunity. He encouraged other people to have faith in his people. And over the years, and I can tell you, and this is without exception, when you would walk into Hickok and Boardman's office and you walk to the front desk and you ask for Scott, you see everybody in the place light up because everybody loves Scott. Why do they love Scott? Because he listens, he believes in their worthiness, and he is there to give them opportunity. He did all of this listening with a sense of wanting to use his wisdom, his kindness to support, to empower, and to better the lives of his clients, of his employees, and then, of course, there was the greater community. Inside of our annual meetings, talking about that greater community, you could feel from the heart that Scott cared deeply. He volunteered on a lot of boards in a desire to empower. One year, he came in and told me that he was on the board of Mercy Connections. He really did light up like a Christmas tree. And he talked about the work of Mercy Connections in a different kind of way. He was just so impressed by the power of that connection, and he deeply and truly wanted to contribute as he quietly and softly engaged me. And of course, I've had my own long-term relationship with the Women's Small Business Program. So there we were, in love with each other, in love with our business, in love with our employees, and now we're both in love with Mercy Connections. And then, of course, you know, you know that a person who is like this in the world is also like this at home. At home, he wanted very much to create the opportunities for his family. Of course, he knew his children and his wife and his family was worthy It's a little trickier when you're the head of that household. And so then the opportunity part's there. He wanted to teach his children. You go forth and create those opportunities, and you know that I believe in your worthiness. It's a different kind of a paradigm, but that wisdom and that kindness and that confidence. It isn't what Scott Boardman does, it's who Scott Boardman is. He embodies this award. He deserves this award. And Scott, we can do another hour and a half over coffee if you haven't totally taken it in here. But more than anything else, I want to say that Scott's life has sent a message to the entire world about business leadership. We've all grown up, or some of us have grown up anyway, with the notion that nice guys finish last. And Scott's life has shown that there's only one thing that happens to nice guys. Nice guys finish nice. Scott, I would like you, for who you are, for what you've done and what you will continue to do, come up so that I can present to you the 2023 Catherine McAuley Award. Very, very deserving man.
Very kind.
Very deserving. I didn't say anything funny because you're way too wholesome for that. You're way too wholesome for that.
Oh, that was really well done. Oh, boy.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeannie, for that introduction. You're very kind. Exaggerate a little bit, but you're very kind. Jeannie and I have known each other for over 60 years, and our fathers were best friends for many years. I am honored to receive the Catherine McAuley Award, and thank you to Mercy Connections for this distinction. Much of what we accomplish in life is thanks to the work, or thanks to the help from family, friends, and work colleagues. And I would like to just acknowledge my friends at Hickok and Boardman for being the signature sponsor, but also for their deep commitment to our community and all the communities that Hickok and Boardman serves. I also want to thank my family, in particular my wife Carol, whose commitment to helping others is unrivaled. And has been an excellent example for our kids. This is when you knock over a glass for distraction. Didn't I mention that to like 3 people? Sandy, where were you on that? Jeez. Anyway, I also wanted to give a nod to my Uncle Dave and Aunt Joan Boardman for being such positive role models for our whole family and many others. I hope they're watching from Florida. As I thought about what I wanted to talk about today, I decided to speak about 2 of the ingredients that make Mercy Connections such a wonderful and successful organization, and that is kindness and accountability. I was tempted to speak about the Sisters of Mercy and my family's history with them. Beginning in the 1850s, in Mallow, Ireland, at St. Mary's Church, where my great-great-grandmother Ellen Sullivan was taught by the Sisters of Mercy. And then I was tempted to talk about my initial interaction with the Sisters of Mercy 100 years later. That didn't go so well. It was first grade, and Sister Mary, who's here today, Sister Mary wasn't crazy about my disruptive behavior in class. So after a couple phone calls home and some very effective disciplinary action by my father, I came to see things Sister Mary's way. I was also tempted to talk about my time at the Trinity Board when the decision to close the college was made. While sad, I witnessed the sisters act courageously under a great deal of pressure. And the result was the beginning of Mercy Connections. And through this time, I've learned from the sisters about respect, discipline, hard work, knowledge, courage, resolve. These traits are all part of Mercy Connections and have been for the past 20 plus years. Now, back to what I wanted to talk about. Kindness and accountability. Is there a kinder organization than Mercy Connections? I don't think so. All the employees and volunteers exude kindness, and you see it in all the things that they do, whether it's during COVID, the curbside connection, the community lunch, the relationships between a tutor and a student, a mentor and a mentee. You just see it on and on. And I notice in Lisa's office there's a sign that says, "Be kinder than necessary." It's a good reminder. But being kind doesn't mean being a pushover. Mercy Connections holds its participants accountable, be it studying for the various classes, passing the tests, following the rules within the Vermont mentoring program, or simply knowing how to participate in a larger community. And so, how do we hold ourselves, the supporters, volunteers, and donors, accountable? I have an idea. Actually, I'm going to dare you. We need to continue to help this organization do its wonderful work by donating our time and our money. We need to continue to help this organization do its wonderful work by donating our time and money. Because, as Catherine McAuley said a long time ago, we must resolve to do good today, but better tomorrow. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lisa Falcone, the very proud Executive Director of Mercy Connections. Oh, thank you. So whether you are a longtime or new friend, we have some new friends in the audience tonight, I am so grateful you joined us today to celebrate both Scott and another extraordinary year at our beloved organization. I'm really grateful you are all here today. So I want to just elaborate on Jeannie's comments for 1 second and give you the full story of when I first talked to Scott about being nominated by the board for the Catherine McAuley Award. He called me and he warned me that people would not come to the event if he was the awardee. Of course, I knew that was just plain ridiculous, but I kindly dug deep to convince him to take on the role. Here we all are. There's a few people in the room, Scott, and many, many others, honoring this well-deserving guy. As soon as the announcement came out, I received emails, text, and even a handwritten note from one of your teachers saying he was an excellent choice. We wholeheartedly agree, and thank you, Mr. Scott Boardman, for accepting the award and representing Mercy Connections so well. So thanks, Scott, from all of us at Mercy Connections. Before I go too far, I want to pause to recognize our superstar staff members who are all around the room. Without their expertise, compassionate ways, and complete dedication to the lives of our participants, there would be no Mercy Connections. I'm going to name them because it's a small staff. Maeve, Raquel, Heather, Claire, Joanne, Marissa, Alana, Abby, Melissa, Maxine, Kelly, Caroline, and Vicky. I would love for that group to stand or give a hoot or do whatever you do, sing karaoke, and I'd love for people to give them a round of applause. They're so shy. They're so shy. I also want to deeply thank our committed and wise board members, led by Arlene Duffy, who you've already met, and yay, yes, yes, woo on Arlene and the board, and our 100+ volunteers who mentor, tutor, coach, and support our participants in so many life-changing ways. Thank you all. So people often ask me, how does so much good come out of this small organization? Aside from a generous community supporting its mission, it is because Mercy Connections values first the uniqueness and promise of everyone who comes through our doors. Helping participants set and reach goals such as starting a business, learning English, restarting a life after incarceration, preparing for the U.S. citizenship exam, and so many others is only part of the experience. The other critical part is helping people see their own personal value and worth, and building a sense of place, belonging, and community. So last week I attended a graduation of a leadership class. One of the participants said that his involvement with Mercy Connections was the first time he felt part of something in his entire life. Although we hear this type of sentiment often, it gets to me every time, and I can tell it got to you too. It reminds me that in this harsh, disconnected world where people are judged and marginalized because of looks, color of skin, the way they speak, lack of resources, and so many other reasons, we need more Mercy Connections. You see, Mercy Connections truly prioritizes what really matters in life, providing not only new skills and resources, but also increased hope, light, joy, and connection for so many in our community. Isn't that what we all want? Oh, also, as our friend Bazile said in the video, we also give out for free coffee and tea, so please come by to join us. I am so grateful for another successful, thriving year. This year, we served more than 450 people from 35 different countries of origin. That's amazing to me that this little organization did that. We have added staff and developed additional classes, programs, and pathways for people to receive just-in-time services. As you saw in the video, some folks have been coming to Mercy Connection for years, others are brand new. We welcome them all. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I worried, my husband's in the audience and he can tell you, that this vital community organization could not survive a pandemic. However, with booming enrollments and much love and support from our community, I am optimistic about the bright future for this impactful organization and the people we serve. We call this event Power of Connection, Stories of Strength and Resilience for a reason. Today, we have 3 of our very brave and generous participants. I'm looking for, there they are. Yes, they're here. And each one, they're going to share their own stories. And in each one, they talk about someone, a mentor, a tutor, one of our staff people who impacted their lives. It is this type of positive social capital that is at the heart of what we do at Mercy Connections. I am deeply grateful to Stephanie, Kangwa, and Judy for speaking today and beautifully representing our diverse community. I also welcome their family and friends. And so with that, I'd love for you all to give a round of applause for all of our speakers, and I'm going to invite our dear friend Stephanie to the podium. Thank you so very much for being here.
Share the stand back there. Okay. Hello, my name is Stephanie Shaw. Thank you for being here today. I'm from Vermont and spent my entire life here until I left for college in the state of Maine. My parents had met while working at the Sisters of Mercy, which helped me to feel a sense of community and trust with Mercy Connections when I first started working with them. My story is one about finding hope, a story of being in a place of hopelessness and finding my way out. I also want to share that my religious journey is that of one of being a Druid, and that is important because my perspectives today are from that vantage point. I did all the things I thought I was supposed to do. I went from being a kid to graduating college, and I soon found myself with a family to provide for. After having my second child, my partner and I split up, and I found myself a single mother. I was struggling to find my identity and career while providing for my kids at the same time. I felt like I had gone from being a kid to having a family and never having time for myself. In between that, I was in a very low place. I felt stuck, and I was in survival mode raising 3 girls. I didn't want to give up, but I was surviving day to day, contemplating ending my life. My inner voice told me that I needed to start over from nothing in order to work on self-love, worthiness, and find happiness again. So it happened. I didn't feel like I deserved much. I gave up my kids, hope of finding a career, my physical belongings, and I became homeless. In 2017, I moved back to Vermont, and I was in a place of hopelessness. The only thing I had left was religion, and I didn't even know which one I wanted to be a part of. I had never experienced depression to that depth. I was homeless for 2 years. After the birth of my 3rd child, I moved to Lund's residential program. Having a home was a huge relief for me. I could finally work on more than just the basics in life. I came up with a safety plan for myself in case I found myself in crisis again. Living at Lund gave me structure to my life that I needed, and so I started to feel a little better. I took advantage of the advice they were giving me. One recommendation was to come to Mercy Connections and join the mentoring program, so I did. I requested a mentor that reminded me of my grandmother. My grandmother always told me like it was and was passionate about things in her life, especially advocating for people she loves. I was matched with Sydney, who is exactly those things. One of the first events I attended at Mercy Connections was Thanksgiving dinner in 2021. I didn't have a refrigerator in my place with Lund, so Sydney offered to take my food and keep it in the freezer for me. She kept that turkey in her freezer until I moved into my own apartment. It was the first meal I had in my new place. Sydney also encouraged me to sign up for other classes at Mercy Connections. When I took Fostering Hope and Strength class, I learned that other people were going through the same thing as me. I learned how to manifest hope into something positive in the world. I also joined the Inclusive Entrepreneurship Startup class. Within a week, I had an idea of starting my own business of making doll clothing. My daughters love the idea, especially for their dolls. Now, if I could only keep some of the inventory. My grandmother taught me how to sew, and creating a business that was based on something I knew how to do well gave me self-confidence and helped to instill hope once again. I found myself surrounded by like-minded women who were also going through the same steps with their business, and I feel like I belong somewhere. I even applied for a grant from VSAC to pay for the class, and it was approved last week. Today, I find myself taking more pride in my everyday actions. I live with my daughter in my own place, and I even had a chance to donate doll clothing to her school recently. I am no longer in survival mode, and I feel a sense of community again. Every day I wake up happy. I love to look out the window of my apartment and see the street view. My place is tiny, but it is mine. Most importantly, I am able to provide for my daughter and myself. I think that Mercy Connections is a path opener for people. It opened a path for me to start a new chapter, and I am grateful to be alive. I went from having no hope and struggling to get through the day, and now I have a 10-year plan. My hope is that by sharing my story, someone will hear it and be inspired to get a mentor who is a friend and helps to inspire hope in their lives when they need it too. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Kongwa Shangalume. I found the Mercy Connection when my wife began to take English classes with them. I asked if I can take a class for citizenship. Melissa told me that I can take it with a teacher. That has changed my life. I came here in 2019. When I come, I saw the snow on the ground. I thought that I was in the wrong place. It looks like salt. I said, maybe next day I will go to America. This is not America. What I used to see on TV, which has a big house, trees. Next day I will go to America. But I was here in Vermont, and now it is home. I am from Republic Democratic of Congo. I spent a lot of years in a refugees camp. There, I was learning a little English, which helped me now to speak to you today. And the Mercy Connection, they helped me with my teacher, Edward Carey. I would like to see him today, but he's not here. My teacher, Edward Carey, who is like a father to me, he teach me a lot of things. It's not only about the citizenship, but it is someone who is like a father to me. He always give me advice, because when I came here, I didn't know about the law. He teach me about the law. He teach me about the citizenship, and he teach me English too. And that give me an opportunity to think about to open my organization, which is called Immigrant Community Power, which is based on to help the new America, because a lot of America who are here, they are making a mistake. That is why I'm thinking that to open the organization, it helps people to get a land permit, driver license, to read the Bible, to explain them about the letter. And a lot of people who are new here, they're making a lot of mistakes. So that's why, and the advice which my teacher was giving me helped me to help something that can help people in the community. So that is very nothing that I got to my teacher. He teach me, I got knowledge. I got advice as a witch. If someone give you money, you can spend it, but advice and the knowledge, you will keep it all of your life. That's what I got to Mercy Connection and to my teacher, Edward Caro, who is like a father to me. I just want to say thank to Mercy Connection and everyone who is here. And God bless Mercy Connection. Thank you.
I think I'm taller than I am. I'd like to thank Mercy Connections for inviting me here this morning to say a few words. I am Judy Emmanuel of Emmanuel Road Records, LLC. I'm born in Jamaica, and I've been a professional singer since 8 years old. My father is a singer. My sisters are singers. I came from a family full of singers, and it has always been a part of my life. In Jamaica, I was a full-time, award-winning vocalist. But when my family and I migrated to the US, I had to start all over to build a presence as a singer in Vermont. I moved to the US in 2017, gained my green card in 2019, and then I could start work. I realized that I had to start networking because everyone knew me in Jamaica, but here, no one did. And then, guess what? COVID hit. And it shut down live performances and networking. What I was doing musically during this time was recording and songwriting, but I was not gaining a fan base. And that's how I found Mercy Connections. I need to say that I did have a connection with Mercy Connections since, as in Jamaica, I was schooled by the Sisters of Mercy, Convent of Mercy, Academy Alpha, Sister Mary Bernadette, and all those beloved sisters. But here I reached out to Steve, my mentor, Steve Greenfield at SCORE, and he recommended that I contact Claire Wheeler at Mercy Connections. I needed to find any assistance I could with moving forward with my business. When I researched further, I discovered that the Inclusive Entrepreneurship Small Business Workshop class was starting the next day. I didn't think I had time for the courses. Every class, I would tell myself that I wouldn't have time to attend the next class. But then the topics were so applicable that it convinced me to keep going. I thought, if this is the loving supports provided by Mercy Connections, I may be able to stay the course. And although it seemed near impossible at the time, I did it. My experience was not just educational. The overarching memory of my tenure at Mercy Connections is of a warm and comforting space where knowledge was shared freely and bountifully. It was so different from my university experience. I had never experienced anything like Mercy Connections. The level of compassion is deep and it's genuine. There was so much love and support from students and educators alike, and powerful connections were made and remain a part of my support system. The members of my cohort hold a special place in my heart, and as such, any opportunity to form collaborations and to support each other's ventures will be welcomed. Due to the assistance of Mercy Connections training and ongoing support, Emmanuel Road Records is now a record label. Thank you. And first, it's led by a woman of color right here in Vermont. It's now set to provide music for all your entertainment needs. If you need speakers, if you need recording artists, we've got them. Just call me, okay? The message I'm sharing today is, dare to dream. Keep your dreams alive. And don't give up on your dreams. You can do it through the power of connection with friends like these at Mercy Connections. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm going to sing a song for you from my record label. What did I say the record label is? Emmanuel Road Records? Yeah, and the song is called Stronger Now.
Don't know about the sorrow, 'cause your love kept me warm. I don't know about my heartache, 'cause I'm sheltered from the storm. I don't know about tomorrow, I'm not counting the days. I don't have no worries, 'cause I don't have no fear. I'm stronger now, I've been before. Knowing what I know has made me sure. My point of view has been renewed. Feeling free, I'm doing fine, better than I ever knew. I've been searching for my place in the sun, to live my life until my days are done. And I've been sitting by the dock of the bay. My mind's made up. Yes, my heart wants to stay. I'm stronger now than I've been before. Knowing what I know has made me sure. My point of view has been renewed. Feeling free, I'm doing fine, better than I ever knew. I'm stronger now than I've been before. Knowing what I know has made me sure. And my point of view has been renewed, better than I was before. Oh, your love kept me warm. I don't know about no heartache, 'cause I'm sheltered from that storm. I don't know about tomorrow, I'm not counting the days. I don't have no worries. Oh, I don't have no fear. I'm stronger now than I've been before. Knowing what I know has made me sure. My point of view has been renewed. Feeling free, I'm doing feeling free, doing fine, better than I ever knew. I'm stronger now, stronger now. I'm better than I ever knew. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations, Scott. Thank you, Abby.
Good job, Judy.
That was incredible. But I do have the distinct opportunity to appreciate our three very courageous speakers, Stephanie, Kongwa, and Judy. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your stories, sharing your strength, showing us your resiliency, and telling us how you made it through even when the odds weren't always in your favor. Each of you is very inspiring. You gave us a beautiful gift today, the gift of learning and knowing that Mercy Connections does make a difference in people's lives. Like our speakers, all of you who came here today and all of our participants in the program are working on their personal aspirations and better lives. We are proud of all of our participants and honored to be part of their journeys. And before we close, on behalf of the Board of Directors, let me thank all of you who support us. And if you too are inspired by today's program, if you know me, you know my job isn't done here. My job isn't done until I invite you to join me in making a gift to Mercy Connections so that this critical community resource lives on, serving people like we heard here today. Please join me in giving. Most importantly, thank you for showing up. You're here sharing in our community, and by being here, we all play a part in moving the mission of Mercy Connections forward. We are grateful for you. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your day, and congratulations, Scott. So well deserved.